Hi everyone. I hope you're all good. I miss you quite a bit. I'm in the study right now and it's nice and it's warm and there's sun on my back, so I'm sleepy and kind of sick. And I didn't have fall break, so I'm a little bit upset about that too, but I don't know. I apologize for my last post being so lame. I ended up just getting frustrated with everything that I had, and I was just too tired to make anything work, so that's just how it is. Yeah, so I was gonna scold Chris because I read the thing, and I was like, I'm not even close to you. How can I be stealing your English? But then I went to get Chelsea so that you guys could meet her today, and she's gonna come down and say hi, but I got her to come down by accidentally saying, I was trying to say, if you get bored, come down to the study, shmana, but, oh, that's not what I meant, but instead I said, if you get a little bit of bored, and then I tried to fix it with too much bored, so I can't actually yell at Chris, because I probably am stealing your English. It's like action at a distance. I miss that class a lot, I really do. I think that was my favorite class ever. So I read, okay, so one of the first things I wanted to talk about was we read this book. It's called Jane, A Murder by Maggie Nelson. And it was very good and very cool and a little bit upsetting because it's written by Maggie Nelson. And Jane was Maggie's aunt. She was murdered. And so the book is a mixture of Jane's diary and Maggie's view and investigation of the murder. Because Maggie wasn't born, but her mom, Jane, were very close, so she feels like it affected her a lot. But the thing is that the family is from Muskegon. Jane went to school, so did Maggie's mom. They both went to school at U of M. When she went missing, they looked for her in Lansing. And then they think the person who killed her was an Eastern student. So I'm reading through and I was like, they threw Selene to see the body and all of this stuff. And I was like, this is just really close to home. I know all of these places. It's just, one of those things that maybe could have gone a little bit farther away and it would have been different. But no, it's very close and everything. Like right here. This is where they killed her. So it was a little bit more upsetting than it would have been otherwise. But it was a very good book and I recommend it. I think that you would all like it a lot. Okay, so Hannah Reisdorf sent me a postcard and a letter. It was a lovely letter. And I will write one back. But I think that I was looking at the postcard, and it's very cool, and I was really excited because it's from Mrs. I don't know if it's Flora or Fiona or I don't know, Crank, but it's to Mrs. Carrie Bond, and it's post-dated 1905. See? I thought that was really cool. And I was looking at the picture, right? Ooh, okay, this way. And I thought that was really, really pretty. But then I looked at it, and I was like, it kind of looks really familiar. So then I looked at the very bottom, down here, and it says 1163 to Lake Ophelia, Liberty, New York. And this is exactly what I pictured the Hamlet scene to be like. So thank you, Hannah. It was a perfect card, except for then I realized why it was so perfect in front of a whole bunch of people, and now they think I'm really crazy. But that's okay. Because it's too bad for them. I don't spend much time with people here anyways. Okay, also, I have these little marks on my elbows. I'm not sure that you can see them because of that and the fact that, they're small and faintly purple. But that's because I'm going to dye my hair. Well, not all of it, but I think we're going to have a stripe. And we were going to go with white. But we couldn't find a hair. So Alicia's going to go home and she might get a hair stripper this weekend. We'll see how that goes. But we were going to dye a stripe of my hair. Oh my goodness. You really can't see the color. Let's see if that can be fixed. gonna be like that kind of purple. We're just gonna put a stripe in. Yeah. So I might have like a purple racing stripe next time I see you. Okay. I'm sitting with the light behind me because we were talking in nonverbal communications today about how when you get older you're supposed to sit with the light behind you because it makes you look better. And so then one of the boys in the class goes, yeah, it's because you get the light behind you, so the people who are looking at you are blind. But so I am going to try that out, and mostly it's just because I don't want to look into the sun, so I'm going to make you do it. Also in that class today, well, we've been studying proxemics, which is like the study of space as a method of communication. So like personal space and what you count as your territory and things like that. And so we watched a video on YouTube, and I'm going to find the link for you guys because it's so funny. But they were space invaders, and they did something called ghosting as a competition. Like they would time it and they would race each other kind of a thing. And what that is when you invade somebody's personal space and they don't know. And so the ghosting ends when the person who you're ghosting notices. And I'll show you the video. It's really funny. But so we were doing that outside today in class. We had to do our assignments and this and that. And then we went outside and everyone, like half of the boys in the class were ghosting. And we did different exercises where we'd sit really close to a stranger and see how long it took them to move. And like Leah got on her cell phone and stood in front of these girls staring at the wall, and they were like sitting against the wall. So she had them like cornered, and she was talking really loud on her cell phone just to see how people react and stuff like that if you invade their personal space. And it was a lot of fun. There have been a couple of funny things I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. So I was gonna do like, I don't know, give you a nice little, Wes has got his astronomy fact, and Katie's got her French word. And so I was gonna do. I have a creative writing class, and we have to read all different kinds of poems and stuff like that. So I was gonna like read you a poem or something every week, but instead I think we might just do like strange things that happen around Easter, because there was the guy who's absolutely convinced that the world was going to end. And last week there was a family of, I don't know, these crazy Christians, and like they were hunting people down, and like they were just screaming and pointing at people and being like, you're going to hell for this and that. And like they would call it the Muslim girl, anyone wearing any kind of a headdress, and the Muslims, the Arabs, everyone, these are the reasons, these are what's wrong with America. If women are wearing jeans, that's masturbation. So they're going to hell. If you were born from a woman, pretty much you're going to hell. It's one of those things where like the kids really should have just been in school as opposed to handing out pamphlets of why everyone in the world is going to hell except for those people in their immediate family. So yeah, that was cool. We also there was a guy who got upset about it, and so what he did was he got a whole bunch of Dr. Seuss books from the library, and he followed them around and preached Dr. Seuss. So that was good. I don't know how much longer this will let me talk for. So I'm gonna end and see if I can find Chelsea so you can meet her. So okay.